Want to know the latest and hottest music hitting the airwaves? Don't be left out. Listen to the Golden State Media Concepts Music Podcast. Keith keeps you on the loop with everything you need to know from pop, rock, hip-hop, and the top 40. And we'll throw in news of your favorite artists, concert and tour dates, and so much more. Listen no further, because this is the gold standard in music podcast.
Greetings, people of Earth and the known universe. You're listening to Golden State Media Concepts Music Podcast. This is your Captain Keith, and got some new music for you. Osage with Algorhythm Volume 1 and 2, two EPs. We're going to try to do them both. The Electric Six with How Dare You. Cody Chesnutt with My Love Divine Degree. And Greg Grease with Down So Long. So that's deep house, indie rock, indie soul, R&B, and hip hop for your listening experience. So let's get into it, folks. Most definitely. We're going to start off with Osage. Let's talk about what that group is, or who that group is, and what's going on with them. So I'll give you a little brief synopsis, and then we'll get into the review of the records. So it's spelled O-S-A-G-E, but it's pronounced O and then Sage. It's the electronic music making alter ego of Philadelphia-based DJ-producer Lil Dave. The man behind Osage is best known as a veteran DJ on the Philly nightclub scene and as a member of the highly respected DJ crew Ill Vibe Collective. He has also been a fixture on the radio as the co-host of the internationally known broadcast Eavesdrop Radio. As a recording artist, he has released music under various aliases for record labels such as BBE Records, which stands for Barely Breaking Even. That's a label that's had Pete Rock's Peach instrumentals on it. Jay Dilla's first solo album, Welcome to Detroit. So yeah, True Thoughts. That's a label that has Moonchild is on that label. And so is Harley Blue, I believe. It's on that label. Record Breaking Music, Soul Spasm, and First Word Records. Not really familiar with those records, but I have to check them out, those labels. He has collaborated with and remixed a diverse range of artists such as RJD2, Lady Alma, Ty, Riot, which is R-Y-A-T, Captain Planet, Foremost Poets, and more. So the Osage sound is an amalgamation of musical influences such as deep house, samba, African rhythms, futuristic R&B, boogie, UK garage, salsa, broken beat, and soul. That's a good description of it. Yeah, I'll go with that. Okay. Yeah. His music is built from slightly unorthodox drum programming, layers of synthesizers, and a focus on bringing the soulfulness out of the machines he is working with. So over the years, he has been building a solid reputation by creating a catalog of clever dance floor edits, remixes, and original tracks, which have been supported by notable tastemakers such as Giles Patterson. So that's good to know. I like what they're saying about it, so I'm looking forward to talking about the two EPs that I discovered these. It was a nice surprise when I discovered these. So when you listen to this Volume 1, I mean, there's definitely a cool approach to dance music with this. There's a track called I Found You, and it features Atlanta-based singer Desiree Dawn. And her name, Desiree, is spelled differently and pretty cool. It's D-E-Z-A-R-A-Y, Dawn. So, and it says that he creates a bubbling house beat that gives Desiree the perfect backdrop to sing about searching for love. So, and then Real Time, that goes into the whole broken beat territory. And that's got vocals from Kate Faust on the EP. And then the last track on the album is called Last Call, and that has Osage offering words of to inspire you. Yeah, you get to hear him speak. So it's the only track with his vocal on it. So, and now let's get into the review. So, I definitely want to agree that Osage delivers definite deep house dance grooves. I mean, and they're going to keep you on the dance floor. The opening track, I Found You, as we said before, featuring Desiree Dawn. It's a smooth, deep house track that starts off with a futuristic organ, synth keys, and a thumping bass and kick drum. I mean, Desiree Dawn's voice is soothing and ponderously compelling as she sings about possibly finding the one, the one that one to love you, that one. The song is soulfully optimistic with a deep groove. So, and here's some of the lyrics from that song, and I like it. It's deep house, and it's good to hear. And it's also reminiscent of just house music in general. And what I like about house music is that it's very harmonious and Afrocentric with rhythm. It's just really cool. So, she sounds so great on this song. Just very convincing, just very soulful. She definitely pulls you in. Here's some of the lyrics from that track, I Found You. Giving everything you have leaves you with an empty hand. Not so sure when to go just yet, but on myself I have to bet. Could it be that I found you, that I found you? Could it be that I found you? That repeats. Where you at? Wasn't looking for nothing else but peace of mind and love for self. Dealing with the cards I was dealt, and then you came out of nowhere. And then once again, could it be that I found you, that I found you? I mean, that repeats. Could it be that I found you? And then she says, where you at? You at, baby, where you at? I found you, and that repeats, you at, baby, I found you, where you at, baby, I found you. Could it be? So, she ponders that question, are you the one? Could it be I found you because I've been waiting? You were right next to me, and you are right next to me. That revelation and that surprise, like right up under my nose. Could it be that I found you because I've been waiting? And it repeats, because you're right next to me. Putting pieces together again, it took some time for my heart to mend. Held my breath with the cold wind. And then you came, I can breathe again. Then you made me breathe again. Could it be that I found you? So that song is it's just, I've never even used that term or this term before. Soulfully optimistic, and it's just, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I did. I miss the house music, the Chicago house music, the deep house music, the electronic music, the techno from the 90s and the early 2000s. I miss that feeling. Very soulful, very rhythmic, at times very tribal, and just good. There was like a purity and a genuineness to the music back then. I don't necessarily hear it now. I mean, I hear songs that have good production and they're technical, and I just don't have a lot. They just don't have a lot of feeling and soul to them. At least not to me. But hey, I digress. So the next track off of Algorhythm Volume 1, Real Time, featuring Kate Faust, starts off with drums that sound like they're being played off of the rims of the drum set. The beat has a tribal feel to them. Kate Faust sings about how her love is the real thing in real time. I mean, the rim drums and the bass drum anchor and steal the song. They boldly reassure the intensity of Kate Faust's declaration of love as she sings that her love is here in real time. So, I mean, it's basically self-explanatory, those lyrics, but it works. Last Call is the last track on this EP. The drums are laced with like a tribal percussion sound. The bass is steady. The keyboards lay in the background and have that they have that I just turned on my video game system introduction sound effects sound. This is the only track that Osage speaks on. He talks about thinking outside of the box, taking a chance and allowing yourself to be free. I mean, and who doesn't want that in their life, right? So I'm going to say it. I'm going to call it already. This EP is it's great. It's very inspirational. Like it a lot. Very positive, uplifting, optimistic themes. I mean, it's like, it's always great to have a good tune to dance to. It's even better when you have a good beat and a good tune and some, thought-provoking, positive and reaffirming lyrics to boot to go with it. It just makes like for the perfect record. It just does. So when the lyrics are on point and the music has that beat and groove that makes you feel good, that makes you want to dance, there's power in that, folks. When you listen to music and it makes you want to dance. All music does not make you want to move. So yeah, there's power in that. So here's some of the lyrics. So let me get that to you. One moment. Sometimes, and he's saying this in like a deep voice. He's got a voice effect on. So I don't know how Osage, aka Lil Dave, actually really sounds, but he's got the voice effect on, and it's cool. Sometimes you got to take what you're thinking, you got to loosen your mind, state and think outside of the box, go against your instincts, and just do what the universe tells you to do. And you never know what you'll find. Someplace out of your comfort zone. That's where the magic happens. That's when something special comes through. You need to cut everything loose. Let it all loose. Shake it out on the dance floor. Shake it out in the bathroom mirror. Let it all loose. Be you. Not just the you that you think is you. I mean, it's pretty powerful. That's how he's ending the album. He's saying all that with the funky beat. So let me make sure I paint that picture for you. So you may not even notice that he's saying that while you're dancing to it. But if you're in your car, like me, or at home listening on the headphones, then you notice. But sometimes you don't. So it all depends. But yeah, that was a great way to end the record, actually, the EP. My biggest complaint with this record is probably that it could have been longer. But, we'll get into that later. So Osage's Algorhythm Volume 1, is a great deep house EP that embodies the realization and acknowledgement of love, self-discovery, and freedom. Themes that I have no problem dancing to and relating to. This 3-song EP gets a 10 out of 10. Favorite tracks on this EP? All 3 of them. So there that is. Yeah, I had to, as you guys already know, I don't always give anyone a perfect score, but that EP was basically perfect. Algorhythm Volume 1 by Osage. So you can check that out. And of course you can find that on Bandcamp and Amazon. You can buy that EP. It's also available on vinyl. So vinyl and digital release for that record, the particular record. So now, Osage also has, he did Volume 2, Algorhythm Volume 2, as we say, but wait, there's more. So, now this EP has more songs on it. So let me say that first and foremost. So that's the big difference that's one of the biggest difference between this record and the last. So now, let's talk about the themes to this record, though. So, and we're going to get into that. We'll start off with the first track. It's called Anyway, featuring Yemi. So, and on that track, there's hand claps and keys and a low end bass to start off the song. The keys are layered with different musical textures and sounds. Yemi sings about ignoring the naysayers in regards to her relationship. The ones that they always talk negatively. So she sings, "Who is they anyway?" The song is catchy and makes perfect sense. You find yourself asking the same question that she has. Who is they anyway? It's just like, I have air quotes right now with both my hands. You guys can't see, but you can picture them as you're driving or listening to this podcast. Who is they? Because you always want who is they? Who's the peanut gallery criticizing? So she's like, I don't got time for they. I only got time for me and my relationships and what I'm doing and celebrating and living my life. So that song anyway is nice. I do like that track a lot. We'll talk more about Osage's Algorhythm Volume 2 EP after this break.
Always on the go, but the day just won't be one without your Hollywood fix. Let Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast take care of that. An all-inclusive look of pop culture.
Once again, you're listening to Golden State Media Concepts. Music podcasts. This is your Captain Keith. And on deck, we were just talking about Osage's Algorhythm Volume 1 EP. And now we're talking about Osage's Algorhythm Volume 2 EP. Both came out in the same year, so it's a good thing. So we spoke about They Say, featuring Yemi, great song. Next track on this EP is called Right Now, featuring Brielle, if I'm saying her name right, Brielle. It has a nice laid-back house groove to it with drums that have a hip-hop boom-bap feel to them with jazzy flute rhythms towards the end of the song that give it an even smoother feel to it. Brielle sings about celebrating your life even if you don't know exactly where you're headed. Sometimes you just have to let go of this moment right now. It's a musical seize the day, carpe diem type of thing. The song has a nice summertime feel to it. When I hear that song, I can see myself driving to the beach. Although I haven't been to the beach in maybe a decade. I'm not going to even lie. So, but when I hear this song, it makes me want to drive to the beach. So there you go. There you have it. So, it makes you just want to hop in a convertible with the top down and just drive on a sunny day. So it's nice. So now I found there's a remix on here for this EP, Algorhythm Volume 2. I found you Soul Power All Stars remix. It's a cool track to dance to, but it doesn't have the soulful feel that the original version has or all the original vocals and lyrics. So I can dance to it. It's nice, but it's just not great like off the first EP. The only song that feels out of place on Algorhythm Volume 2 to me is it's a song called Hot Sauce featuring the Bull Bay. Bull Bay raps about going out to eat late at night and pulling up to a restaurant that doesn't have any hot sauce. It's also playing, on having the juice, so to speak, or shall I say, hot sauce individually. I found the song to be very juvenile and kind of tedious. I felt like it was out of place on the EP. There are 3 instrumental versions at the end of this EP for songs Anyway, Right Now, and Hot Sauce. I like Anyway and Right Now for the instrumental versions, that is. Algorhythm Volume 2, it delivers a sequel. It's a little bit lighter, lyrically speaking, even though there are actually more tracks to listen to, ironically. The mission to dance and feel good are still prevalent. And this EP works because of it. So I'll say that. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being the worst and 10 being the best, I give Algorhythm Volume 2 by Osage an 8. It's still worth picking up. So, having both EPs is worth it. It means worth it. They're good, nice groove and feel to them, make you want to dance and chill. So, yeah. So, deep house it is, and it's definitely back. It's here to stay. So, pick that up, Osage. And on to the next review, and that would be... So, this album, okay, so Greg Grease, Minneapolis native Greg Grease, MC and producer. So the new album's called Down So Long. The production has an organic hip hop soul feel to it, and it's mixed also with live instrumentation as well. So it's a nice blend production wise. I mean, and Greg is producing or co-producing just about every track on the album. The Weight is like a somber, has somber rhythms in its productions, and like a wah-wah style guitar in the background. And and when I think of The Weight, it's just waiting to get on, waiting for the time to come. Migraine, that was like the first single off this record. It's about situations and problems and people causing you a headache. So, which is cool because in hip hop, no one ever raps about having a headache. So Greg Reese is not your everyday MC. He's definitely off, from the left field, and he definitely has lyrics to go. Shout out to Tribe Called Quest. So, Down So Long, which is the title track of this record, is a song about having the blues and trying to get back up on your feet. You've been down so long, and now it's time to get up. I mean, I'm paraphrasing it. Now, ain't good, all money ain't good money. And the song is called Ain't Good Money. So let me make it featuring Trelly Mo. This is one of my favorite tracks on the record because it's true. All money is not good money. And sometimes people get caught up and they forget that. And that's not good at all. So, that goes with it's not what you do, it's how you do it. That whole adage. So, yeah, we will definitely. But when I heard this track, and now he also says that all money ain't good money, and I don't want to sell my soul. And this next verse, I'm not quite sure if he's saying to be in a video. I'm not sure if he's saying I don't want to sell my soul to be in a video, or if he's saying something else. But you get the point what he's talking about he wants to keep his integrity as an MC, and he wants to have substance in regards to what he's talking about. And he doesn't want to just sell himself just to get on, because that defeats the purpose. So that's why I like Ain't Good Money. I'm double checking. I want to make sure it's called that and not All Money Ain't Good Money, because that's the hook. Yeah, he just called it Ain't Good Money. Yeah, okay, yeah, there that is. And The Motion featuring Jay Anthony, Kyle. It's got jazzy snare drums and keys. The keys anchor and guide the song with Jay Anthony Kyle singing in the faint background about moving on and keeping life in motion, in the motion. So What is one of my favorite tracks on this record, actually. It's got church organ and piano keys with trap drums and bass. This song addresses rappers who have nothing tangible to say lyrically. It's a great song about most people just want a hot beat with nothing to say, because that's what's going on. Commercially speaking, in hip hop, that's what's going on. Yeah. Not just in hip hop. So that's basically all the genres in America right now. So the lyrics on here, I've been grinding and gripping, but so what? I've been struggling, hustling, so what? I've been trying to change it, but so what? Ain't nobody trying to hear that crap. So what? Censor time. I've been grinding and gripping, but so what? I've been struggling, hustling, so what? I've been trying to change it, but so what? Ain't nobody trying to hear that crap. I used to think that people wanted liberation in the music. I used to think that I could build a reputation with the true stuff. But the truth is, life is ruthless. Everybody's going through it. Everybody's trying to find something to lose themselves from bullcrap struggle rappers fronting, bluffing like they're gunning, popping roofies in their mama's basement, acting like their life is just a movie. Getting high it's all about the beat, is what they tell me. I feel you, but the stories you're selling are not compelling. Rather pop a pill and go ouch your melon than hear rebellion. Excuse me. Rather pop a pill and go out your melon than hear rebellion. Want to front on cam, pretend like you felons, but really tired of being preacher or teacher. I'm blowing out, then I'm balling, probably rolling L, an ocean sail, floating, Black Magellan, overzealous rappers sounding like another for the dollar. Who raised you? Who's your mama? This game ain't built for no scholar, so dumb it up for Impalas. We all want wealth and the commas, and dreaming is much easier than thinking about your problems. Ouch. Greg Reese went hard on that. To each his own, we knee deep in phones, sleep on sneaky clones, filling bowls, feature weakening soul. Filling bowls, feature weakening soul. Reefer, leave me blown. The deceitful evils leave you, laying where you're dabbed, at where you hit the nay-nay. Yeah, that's where you getting stabbed. They take away your freedoms while you kissing on the Snapchat. Idolize these fake faces, plastic as saran wrap. Maybe I'm a realist. Maybe I can't have that. No glass all on my ceilings, but I came to smash that. Whoa, I'm just caught up in the feeling. Got a right to raise the meter. Got to focus on the real. They always gonna deceive you. Fill you up with pleasers. Leave you faded as a Caesar. Oh, okay. Don't want to hear the ugly truth. You worried about some sneakers. When he says leave you faded as a Caesar haircut's a certain haircut fade that you can have. So that was a very clever line that he did. So he wasn't talking about Julius, or he could have been double meaning. Julius Caesar got faded in the sense that he got dealt with. But yeah, so in that reference, I believe that was to the haircut and fade, which is cool. I like that. Don't want to hear the ugly truth. You're worried about some sneakers. I'm trying to raise my feature till I'm chilling in Antigua, rolling up in Kenya, recording, spinning, check Korea. Nature's tribal, so I speak it through the music. You can hate it or love it. You can leave or you can choose it. There it is. Yeah, So What? Very catchy, one of the best tracks on this album. So this record, like I said, it has a nice organic hip-hop, jazz, soul, R&B feel to it. There's the synthesizers, there's keyboards, there's programming, but there's drums, there's bass guitar. It's cool. Greg is doing his thing. Greg is very introspective, very self-reflective. And when I listened to this record, there wasn't really like a love song on this record or a song about bad relationships in that regard. But I definitely wanted to talk about this record. It's definitely worth having. There is no physical copy of it. It's available digitally at, of course, places like Bandcamp and Amazon. There might be vinyl for it. Let me double check that for you real quick. And at this current time, Greg Reese is not touring. So, but when he does, I definitely want to check him out live because he is an MC musician, definitely doing his thing. So, looks like Minneapolis isn't going to be known just for Prince at the time, Andre Simone. They got some other people coming up, or in mint condition as well, excuse me. So in regards to Down So Long, let's see. Yeah, it looks like it's only available digitally, not on vinyl. Just digital download. So, but as I said, you can get that on Amazon, I believe Apple Music, iTunes, Bandcamp. So it's definitely an album worth having. So, and I'm gonna get to that rating in 1 second. Let's see. I was talking about the live instrumentation on this record. That was really good. Yeah, so yeah, drums, live drums, like I said, synths, the organ Rhodes, and of course guitar. So yeah, it has a nice flow to it. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I give this record an 8 out of 10. Greg Grease, Down So Long. Check it out. You will not be disappointed. So it's hip hop, funk, soul, all those things are incorporated in this record. And after this, we're on to the next artist, which I believe will be... Oh, I'm sorry. Before I do that, favorite tracks on this record: Jungles, Migraine, Down So Long, Ain't Good Money. You know, basically all money ain't good money. Yes, for real. The Cutoff, So What? Yes. The Motion, and that features The Motion, J. Anthony Kyle, if I'm saying the name right, and Breaking the Law. Those are my favorite tracks on this record. And after this break, we're going to get into Cody Chesnutt with My Love Divine Degree. So see you in a minute.
Tired of searching the vast jungle of podcasts? Now listen close and hear this out. There's a podcast network that covers just about everything that you've been searching. The Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network is here. Nothing less than a podcast bliss with endless hours of podcast coverage. From news, sports, music, fashion, cooking, entertainment, fantasy, football, and so much more. So stop lurking around and go straight out to the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. Guaranteed to fill that podcast itch. Whatever it may be. Visit us at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and download us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play.
And welcome back, folks. Once again, listen to Golden State Media Concepts Music Podcast. This is Captain Keith, and we just finished reviewing the new Greg Grease record, Down So Long. Great album. You should pick it up. I gave it an 8 out of 10. And now we're on to Mr. Cody Chesnutt. Of the Seed fame, the C.20. That's the track that hit the radio with the Roots off of the Phrenology record. That's the first time Cody got national attention, and that was a newer version of his original song, which he wrote off his double album called The Headphone Masterpiece, which is an indie soul, very raw, in your face, cool, different, dark record. But yeah, the C.20, I don't ask for much these days. Yeah, it's you know the song if you heard it. But he has a new album out, My Love Divine Degree, and it's on this label that I'm going to, excuse me one second. It's on, I want to call it One Little Indian Records. Yes. Yeah, so he might be like the only indie soul cat on that label at this time. But this record, where do I start? So Cody Chesnutt starts off the record with a soulful declaration sung in the background. Anything can happen when the music is good, and it's almost like a whisper, but it's kind of angelic when he sings it. It's really cool. Anything can happen when the music is good. He says that like 4 times. Then the album kicks into second gear with the first full length track, Africa the Future, with bold drums that have a tribal feel to them, and chanting in the background, and atmospheric keys that have an airy, earthy feel to them. It says he sings learning how to run it, but it almost sounds like an African chant the way it's being said, this generation. And then he says, come on, children. Now, this song lets you know where Cody Chesnutt's mind is these days. He can definitely see the big picture that is Africa for he and his culture. To my knowledge, he might be the only soul singer from North America who does at this point in time. His vision and the song, Africa the Future, is actually intriguing and contagious because of it. This song would make Fela Kuti proud, and it's most likely inspired by him. So he says in the lyrics, we're on the front line today, Africa the future. African peace of mind. And you hear these really cool, just like tribal drums. It's really powerful. African unity, African action, Africa the future, African politics, African business, African economy, Africa the future. Learning how to run it, this generation. Come on, children. We're on the front line today. Then he says African resource. Controlling the resources. The indigenous want more now. Africa the future. African projection. Make new connections. Change the perception. Learning how to run it. This generation. Come on, children. We're on the front line today. And then he goes into, at this point of the song, he's no longer singing. He's speaking like it's almost like a lecture. But in a good way, because you almost feel like you might be in a study hall or lecture hall or even in the cafeteria, the way his voice starts booming. And he says, we are bound. He says, Black African descendants, wherever we are bound globally by this declaration. Our humanity and our contribution to this universe will not be undervalued. The cost of culture lost is too great to ignore, but the fact that culture matters, a healthier, unified continent, and the light. Moving forward, learning how to run it, this generation, Africa, the future. I mean, that's just nice. Whether you're African or not, you kind of feel like goosebumps. It's just a really nice song. Very positive, very visionary, very anthemic when he sings that. So, I mean, there's all kinds of soul singers out here right now making great soul records, and I don't see anybody singing with his type of lyrical content. You'll see what I mean as we go deeper into this record. So, the next track is I'm going to talk about. It's called "She Ran Away," and it has Cody Chesnutt introducing the song. He plays the DJ, introducing the song, and he's actually like making fun of his own name while praising and introducing the song himself. It was pretty cool. It was a nice little take. It was nice to see an artist show you that, hey, I take myself seriously, but not that seriously. I can definitely dig that. This song is about Cody meeting a lady and realizing how much they had in common. The relationship got too real for her, and she ran away because she's just not used to a man loving her so genuinely. So, here's some of the lyrics to that song. In a common life move we were found, nothing tricky. Just comparing the personalities and the age range of our two children. That's what brought it together. But what took it to the next step was the deeper information and the stories we exchanged. But the conversation got so strong, she ran away. There it is. My demonstration of love was too unfamiliar. And the bass line is really cool and grooving, and it just drives the song when you hear the song. So she ran away. She's only out running and roaming because she don't know what she wants yet. But I told her, I'm still going to love you the way I'm going to love you. Oh, I tried to explain that this wasn't them games that she was used to. Oh, I tried to be clear that my intention here was never to hurt her or anyone else for that matter. So, it's a nice song. And, also goes to the old adage sometimes that maybe be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it, and then are you going to know what to do with it once you have it? Once you have it, and that could apply to anybody in a relationship. So, but yeah, I like the song. It's nice. It's like a bittersweet song. So yeah, I mean, there's joy in it, but there's sadness in it, because it's like, okay, I know I love you, and you're the one for me, but now I got to sit here and kind of be patient and wait and see if you figure that out. So, okay, there that is. Bullets in the Streets and Blood. This is a song about death and violence in the African American community, the vicious cycle that doesn't seem to end. Cody breaks down what's happening. The song is raw and soulful all at the same time. I mean, it actually reminds me of his Headphone Masterpiece double record, his debut double album from years ago. He starts off, woohoo, do it for the baby. Saturday morning, 11 o'clock services. We've seen it all too many times before. A mother broken-hearted, a father head is hanging, with children too young to know the score, too young to knowledge that love is losing meaning here, that this loss is really cheating them, that an ignorance is breeding them to trust the hurt and pain that's leading them to the bullets in the streets and blood. This is so unnecessary. Bullets in the streets and blood is going to break us all down. The body count is calling and the alarm is ringing, but few hear the sounds above the beats. Legislator counting on a radio street team to keep the poor ones too blind to see that love is losing meaning here. So we've heard different people sing songs, whether it's a rapper sing about street violence in his or her community, and some soul singers singing about it too. But what I like about this song that Mr. Chesnutt executes so well is that he talked about the loss of life and the dangers in that society and what's happening to the kids. And he talked about how it's because love is missing. He didn't talk about, the economics of it, which he could talk about, or people selling drugs or being hooked on drugs, or just people robbing each other. He could have sung about all that, and it still would have been great. But I like that he talked about we need to bring love back. Love is missing. He put that in the song, and I enjoyed that. It was really cool. I just had to mention that. I've never heard that before. Someone addressed the problem from the love aspect of it, like we need to have love in our hearts. So respect on that. Yeah, I like that a lot. So he has a song on here called "I Stay Ready." It's a cool R&B, like pop new wave song. Cody sings about being ready with his fresh new clothes on that he and his friend they made. They're ready to embrace the world. The clothes that they made make them feel good about themselves. Cody sings like a request to the DJ not to play another song if it doesn't have any meaning to it, and if it can't make him feel as good as he feels right now. There's keyboard synths and electric guitar rhythms in the distant background. The synth keys are heavy and drive the song. So yeah, it's a nice little like new wave soul song. I like that song. It was cool. It was different. The Image of Love has a cool and current disco feel to its music production, its 70s style keys and drums. This song makes you want to dance. Cody sings about the image of love is attainable and should be made real. The image of love is, we go into the lyrics now. The image of love is so much greater than the image of a fool. In the eyes of a population who's looking to conquer the bigger issues, the image of one is so much greater than the image of two. Divided on some, I can chatter over you in the eyes of a population who's looking for the image of love. The image of love. The image of love can hit the numbers deeper than the game, teach the young mind to never be ashamed, to embrace the race, the purpose, and the aim, to be the living image of love. I like that. It's a nice song. This Green Leaf. So now this song, great song. Got a grasp on it. Still, there's lots of symbolism here. So let me tell you what my take on it. This is a psychedelic soul song about Cody's music being his green leaf and it being his gift to the world, which is blessed from, God in the good book. So, and let me read you those lyrics. Yeah, you got to hear this. So give me 1 second here. And by the way, I love it when artists actually put the lyrics in their records, in the CD booklets or the liner notes to the vinyl. Love that. I love to read what you're singing about. It's a great way to connect to you and to relate to you and give me more understanding of your art. So I love that. So I'm all for artists doing more of that. Oh man, I'm trying to read this. Hold on, let's see. Wow. 1 second, folks. Just making some adjustments here so I can read this to you before we go to our next break, which is coming up very soon. Just about done with the Cody Chesnutt review. Thank you for your patience. All right, here we go. So this green leaf is my medicine. So says the book. So says the Son of Man. So says the hands that harvest the fields. So says the heart and living spirit within me. That's blessed with the love that conquers the killer. Oh Lord, this green leaf is my medicine. And by the river, upon the banks, on this side and on that side, trees shall grow whose leaves shall not fade, neither the fruit thereof shall ever be consumed. This green leaf is my medicine. And this song is the least I can do for love. It's the least I can do. This green leaf is my medicine. Well, there it is. Yeah, so I like that song. Cody Chesnutt's My Love, Divine Degree is an amazing, eclectic R&B soul record that also incorporates Afrobeat, disco, new wave, gospel, and psychedelic music. Cody Chesnutt has made a great indie soul record for ages to come. His voice is deep with soul and conviction that makes you smile and nod your head in acceptance. 9 out of 10. Yes. And my favorite tracks on this record are Anything Can Happen, Africa the Future, She Ran Away, Bullets in the Street and Blood featuring Raphael Sadiq, Always Sabrina, I Stay Ready, Image of Love, This Green Leaf. There you go. And we'll be back with our final review, which will be Electric Six, How Dare You, after this break.
Watching TV has changed over time. Streaming has become the new norm. That's why Golden State Media Concepts television podcast dives headfirst to the world of cord cutting. Want to be on the loop of what's hot in Netflix? Or if it's not a preference, what about original shows in Hulu? We've got you covered. Join us as we fill in the blank and talk about movies to stream and what show you should be binging. This is the Golden State Media Concepts television podcast.
And we are back. You're listening to Golden State Media Concepts music podcast. This is Captain Keith, and you're just in time for our last music review for this podcast. Electric Six with How Dare You. This is Electric Six's 16th album. Pretty impressive, right? This rock and roll band has a unique sound and blend to them. They infuse elements of disco, garage rock, punk rock, and new wave to their sound. Dick Valentine is their charismatic frontman. We'll talk more about him later. So, let's get into this record. So, this rock band is definitely in their own league. So the first track is called Chicken Wine, the production is raucous and punchy. The song is about Dick Valentine's obsession with chicken wine. I mean, his brother gets destroyed by urban crime, apparently. His girlfriend goes crazy. And through that all, he clings onto his chicken wine. You know, that's the only thing that matters to him. You know, fermented beverages. Yes, people. I mean, he sings about this. I mean, but when he does, you're just like, okay, you're there with them. You know, I had a brother, got destroyed by urban crime. I had a lover, she'd go crazy every time. And through it all, we was drinking a box of chicken wine. Now, I've never heard of chicken wine, but I'm going to look into that now. Chicken wine. In seconds, the police arrest you. They need secretion to digest you. And they do just fine drinking a bottle of chicken wine. And they do just fine drinking a bottle of chicken wine. Can't stop talking about fermented beverages. Put your mouth all over my fermented beverages. Beverages. Hey, baby, drinks on me. Look at what chicken wine has done for me. Yeah. And then when he says solo, that's that's time for the guitarist to do their solo. So, he's kind of known for that. I was undercover for the CIA. I got blown up in my own cruel way. I can't describe about what I feel today because I live in a motel drinking chicken wine. I have no love because of chicken wine. Can't stop talking about fermented beverages. Put your mouth all over my fermented beverages. Hey, baby, drinks on me. Look at what chicken wine has done for me. Yeah. Beverages. Yes. That's just the first song. Arrive Alive. Like this song a lot. This song has a disco rock feel to it. I got to be honest with you. I really don't know exactly what this song's about. I just know that I like it. What I can grasp is that Dick Valentine wants to get wild and crazy with the lady. Party like crazy, but not too crazy because he wants to arrive alive with her. So, and here's some of the lyrics from that. Yelling at the world as he leaves us all behind. Looking for a girl who still says, be kind, rewind. Traveling at speeds, maternity exceeds. Rolling through time and space like tumbleweeds. I wanted to wave the white flag and join the hive and arrive alive with you. I wanted to stuff the white bag with human lies and get out alive and cut through. I wanted to sing for my supper down every upper and slide from room to room. Yeah. But it's funky when you hear it. It's nice. It's a nice song. I mean, I've never seen or heard another band that could do like garage rock, punk rock, and disco seamlessly. Maybe in the same song or in the next song, but all done just perfectly. I kid you not. The Hotel Mary Chain. It's a mellow and dark song about Dick Valentine losing his mind and checking into the Hotel Mary Chain. Will he defeat his mental demons or succumb to them while staying in the hotel? Right? As one of 8 billion people with an axe to grind, it's all I can do to let myself unwind. Postcards to the torture town I left so far behind. Please don't ever leave me alone with my mind. Somewhere monks are chanting to cure disease. And when it all comes together, it's a spiritual tease of the highest degree. What am I walking into? Excuse me, let me rephrase that. What am I walking into? A pit of money or a pit of despair? What room am I checking into at the Hotel Mary Chain? I'll see you there. Ready or not, here I come. One foot in front of the other. Chewing acid gum. That would hurt, actually. I don't know what's happening. Could this be foreshadowing? The lights, they drive me crazy. Changes happen subtly. Settling in now for your 3rd degree. I'm in the market for some more money. I'm the lone sane man in the asylum. I deal in souls. Got lots of space to file them. I chant nonsense, holding serpents and vipers while driving through a crap storm with faulty wipers. This heat is real. We're either going to die or lose a lot of weight. This heat we feel. We're either going to die or lose a lot of weight. This heat is real. What's up with that? So you're going to die so dying and losing a lot of weight. I'm trying to figure out the correlation between the two. This heat we feel. This heat is real. This heat we feel. Why am I checking in here? Because I accumulated points and got a deal. So why do I have to stay here at the Hotel Mary Chain? Nothing is real. Why do I waste away here? Because my heart and soul stopped working long ago. So why do I face the fear at the Hotel Mary Chain? It's all I know. I mean, no one writes songs like this. But I'm hooked. I like it. It's just entertaining. It's funny. It's interesting. So now Okay. This is probably this is my favorite song on the record. I'm not gonna, just have to confess it. Okay, it is. Not what, it's Sex with Somebody. That's what the song's called. And I like it because it's just funny. So, it's a cool disco funk pop tune by the band. It's like a really bad R&B song from the 80s, but it so works. It's funny and catchy. This song is a guilty pleasure had by all. Don't believe me? Just listen to it. You'll see what I mean. Intro. Ow, watch out, watch out. Ah, I have a decal of my face on my yacht, but tonight a lump of coal is all my heart's got. I got a line of credit. It's an unlimited line, but I'm still waiting for somebody that I can call mine. And I repent like a sinner, covered in flies. And I declare myself the winner as I drown in my own lies. All my friends, they all know my name as they watch me crumble under all the pressures of fame. Before I drive up in the white hot spotlight, I need just one thing tonight. I want to have sex with somebody. Anybody who will have sex with me, I want to have a good time on you. I know that it don't come for free. Sex with somebody. Oh, watch out, watch out. Rich guys in the movies always seem to buy love, but in the real world, we prefer to use formaldehyde gloves. I can't escape it. This feeling in my bones, anyone will do. I'm dialing every number in my phone. A predatory aura emanating from me. I just need somebody, anybody to see. I'll leave a trail of money for my angel to find. Hey, I'm standing right here. Has everybody gone blind? Before I own up to everything I've done, I'm just looking to have a little fun. I want to have sex with somebody. Anybody who will have sex with me. I want to have a good time on you. And I know that it don't come for free. Sex with somebody. I want to have sex with somebody. Woo! Anybody who has sex with me. Anybody who has sex with me. I want to have a good time on you. Good time on you. And I know that it don't come for free. Sex with somebody. I love it. It's just so wrong and right at the same time. I like that song. It's just corny and it's just fun. I saw Electric Six. I've seen them a few times. I saw them recently this year. They put on a great show. As you know, it's 6 people, and it's just a great rock and roll band. Dick Valentine comes out in this suit, and he's got this whole evil game show host vibe. I mean, if there was an evil game show host, it would be Dick Valentine, and you would just and you can't stop looking at him and hearing what he's doing. I mean, it's just, he almost seems like he like this rock and roll spirit possesses his soul, and it's just amazing to see when you watch this guy. So, I mean, as I said before, he reminds me of like an evil game show host, and maybe even an evil weatherman as well. And it's just, he keeps you mesmerized because you just can't believe that he would say and sing the things that he does, that he sings about. You're just like, did he really just say that? And then, I mean, and it's just great to see. I mean, the band is fun. They have a good time. They play with the crowd. When he came out, he even jumped on the floor and he was dancing with people. He was singing some of the songs, and it's just, it's so serious and not. And, and that's what I like about rock and roll. When it can be that, when it can be serious and then not take itself too seriously. And, he managed to, Electric Six does that very well. They're fun. If you want to have a good time, I definitely encourage you to go see them live. So there are like maybe 3 or 4 bands, off the top of my head, that when you see them live, you would be a fan if you weren't before. So for me, that's Fishbone. That is the Deers, Blur, and I'm going to say Electric Six. Yeah, once you see them live, you're there. And Iron Maiden. If you see those groups, you will be a fan. after watching them. If you weren't a fan before, and there's so many other groups, but I don't have all that time, but there's other groups. So I got love for all of y'all. I love all kinds of music, but yeah, I have to say that you see the Electric Six, you will be converted. You will be a fan. So yeah, I like this record. I like it a lot. It's a lot of fun. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give this album a 7. My favorite tracks are Chicken Wine, Arrive Alive, The Hotel Mary Chain, Sex with Somebody, How Dare You, Hatchet Man, Night Waves, Routine Cocooning. I mean, listen to these titles. A Quiet Man. I mean, yeah, they're fun. So once again, folks, you've been listening to Golden State Media Concepts Music Podcast. This is Captain Keith. Thank you so much, people of Earth and of the known universe, for listening. I hope you had a good time. I know I did. And I'll see you somewhere out in space.
You've been listening to the Golden State Media Concepts Music Podcast, part of the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. You can find this show and others like it at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Download our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and Google Play. Just type in GSMC to find all the shows from the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network, from movies to music, from sports to entertainment, and even weird news. You can also follow us on Twitter and on Facebook. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed today's program.